we're back
for another episode of
BarTalk.
Why do you keep doing that?
I don't know. Okay, listen, what I was going to say before I hit the start button is I feel really weird because I feel like we haven't really done this in a while.
I know, I'm out of practice.
We podcasted, I feel like we did like 4 in 1 week.
And
because we were like, we're going to be so behind. And so we were just like, podcast. And we were so good. And then all of a sudden we went away to Nashville and everything crumbled. And now we're behind.
Wait, why is yours so loud?
No, I'm okay. I can just turn it down when I edit it.
Okay.
It's all good, folks.
We don't even know how to podcast anymore.
We don't even know what we're doing. But when we first turned this thing on, I forgot how to turn this shit on. And so that's why I was standing here for 5 minutes. Because I'm like, wait a second. Did we really? We've only not been doing this for about a week.
I know.
I'm like, damn, I forget.
You lose it so fast. It's the same way with training. If I take more than a few days off from training clients, I get back and I'm like, I don't even know how to do this anymore.
That's how I felt all week too.
This week, I've been when I get off routine, man, I'm so off. I need a day to recover from.
It's really all because I pressured Abigail into staying out with us in Nashville.
She pressures me.
I really
did everything.
Abigail will not want to do anything, and I'm just like, but and I'll give her some weak ass excuse, and she'll be like, okay, I'm rescheduling my client for tomorrow, and I'm rescheduling these 2 meeting calls so I can stay out with you.
Every good and bad thing that's ever happened in my life has been a result of Tracy.
But listen, it was a good decision. We had a great time. The weekend was fun. Let's do a quick recap before we do our thing.
We went to Nashville. The Flow CR team had a 10K and a 5K.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And 5 or 6 people from Flow CR came out.
No, more than that. Well, no, I think there was 11 of us that raced, I want to say. Wait a second.
Not including you and Barry.
Oh.
There was probably 7.
Yeah.
So incorrect.
Yeah, so incorrect number. There was a lot of us.
There was quite a few.
Tony came out and met us, which was so cool. Shout out to Tony because he'll be listening to this. I thought that was really awesome. It was so much fun to see him. And he did great. It was his first age group race ever. Did a lot of burpees, but that's okay.
That's all right.
It's all a learning experience. And honestly, more power to him because I would have walked my ass off course if I had to do 300 burpees. I don't know how he did that. He's got some mental strength for real because I would have been like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was awesome. I actually really, not going to lie, probably, I would say it's in my top venues as far as courses go.
You did a great job on your 10K and your 5K. Your 10K, Tracy's 10K was day 1. She actually was great, but she fell.
Yeah,
and so she got
hurt.
Spill. And I was waiting for her on one of the obstacles on the multi-rig.
Well, okay, so first of all, she came to watch us, right? Because Abigail coaches me. She also coaches Mac in his strength. And there's a couple, obviously she's a part of the team, and so when you look at one of the Spartan races, they tell you where the obstacles are going to be on the course. Some of them you could see in the corral and some of them you can't. So they kind of make them so they're not too far away. So if you really want to go run after one of the obstacles, you can. So I knew, normally it's my husband that's there, Stefano, and he'll run from obstacle to obstacle. But I knew he wasn't there. And I knew Abigail was going to be there and coming to the obstacles. So I had it in my mind the whole time. I was like, okay, I can't look like shit now because I know I'm coming up to something that's in the clear and I'm sure she's going to be there. And there was this one called the multi-rig, which is rings and a bar, which I was stoked that they left that multi-rig the same for the sprint. They normally always take the bar out in the sprint version, but they kept it the exact same for the super and the sprint, which gave everybody a really good challenge, which I thought was really cool. And we were coming up to the multi-rig and she was there. Mm-hmm. And it was right after I had taken a pretty hard spill.
And this is what I get to experience. Tracy comes up and I already can see that she's not running good. And so I'm obviously worried because I'm like, fuck, this clumsy bitch fell again.
I'm limping.
And so, which we had a conversation later on that night. I was like, you would have podiumed probably 10 more times by now if you weren't so fucking clumsy. just like she'll be in second place and she'll be like, I fell off a cliff, and she'll come back and she'll be like, I got fifth. I would have gotten second if I hadn't fallen off that cliff. Let me run back up real quick. It's ridiculous. So she comes up from the multi rig, and she looks kind of like shit. So I'm worried, and she's panting, and she looks at me and she goes, I'm hurt. And I said, it's okay. Where are you hurt? And she looks me dead in the eyes and she goes, whatever. and that was it. That was literally the only feedback that I got as a coach. And so I watched her do her obstacle. And then I just remember looking at you and watching you limp a little bit more. It was like your left side, I could tell your left hip was hurting you. So I was like, put more weight on that right leg so that your left hip is good. And I just watched her run off. So I think I did a good job as a coach in this moment. You know, I studied her. I figured it out, right? She looks over at the dude next to her running and she goes, this fucking bitch, I hurt my right ankle. I can't do that. So her left hip is hurt and her right ankle is hurt. So she can't put more weight on her right foot because her ankle is a cankle. Yeah. And she can't put more weight on her left foot because her left hip has been absolutely bashed into a rock. So that was race day number so 1. Funny. You still pulled off 5th for your age group, which is, I think, pretty impressive, all things considered.
Yeah, it was.
And you missed the stupid ass spear.
I missed the dumb spear. And what the fuck? I'm still so mad about it, bro. It hit the target. Yeah. That shit needs to be that has to count. I'm so over that shit.
She's used to foam.
I'm so over that rule that if it bounces out, if you hit the spear target and you don't run away from the target before it falls out of the spear head, it's counted as a miss. That bitch hit and fell out. And I literally looked at the guy and I was like, did you fucking see that? And he was like, yeah, but you got to give me your bib. And I was like, motherfucker. I was pissed.
But day 2 for the sprint,
I was really pissed.
She had a perfectly clean race. I was able to coach her a little bit better. She took less time on the obstacles that I could watch, and she ended up pulling first place. You pulled first place.
I got first place.
Proud of you.
Damn. Yeah, and even that one was kind of funny too, because like you always get stuck in these places like on races where you end up with somebody that you're kind of like picking, you know, to run with the whole time, regardless if they're in your age group or not. There's always like one person that's normally a little bit around the same speed as you because you run with people from all different ages. And the same rig that I saw you on the day before, where I was like, oh, whatever, right? The next day in the sprint, it was wet as shit. And I had the hardest time getting through that rig. I really did. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was struggling because it was so wet. So I ended up having to chicken wing it. And she's like, instead of 30 burpees, this like rig had a penalty loop, right? And she's like, it's okay. It's just a penalty loop. And I was like, do you see me? I would rather do burpees than run a fucking penalty loop.
I said this. This is what I said. I said, it's okay. You can do a penalty loop. Just know you'll be a bitch the rest of the race.
Yeah. And she was like, fuck no. And then like when I was done the bucket, she sees me again and she's yelling at me and she's like, yeah, that bucket hurts your upper body, huh? Well, it didn't hurt your fucking legs. Move faster. And the guy next to me, we just started cracking up because I was like, fuck you, Abigail.
It was so funny too because the lady who was watching the multi-rig, she was like, you've been out here, man. You are so supportive. I would love to have you as a coach. And Tracy comes up and I go, what took you so fucking long? and the woman kind of looked at me and she was like, never mind. Like, I don't know. And that's my coaching. It's just all love. No, it is. I understand what certain athletes need, and Tracy doesn't need some positive reinforcement person. She needs somebody to tell her that she sucks and that she's going slow, and she needs to pick it up because she's in last place, even if she's in first. And that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't have that, she doesn't do as well. And so I will be the person that is the worst and looks at her and says you are not doing well. I'm more realistic. I'm like, hey, this is good, but like you got to do this.
Right. Like you got to pick it up. Like I think I said this to you before. Like nothing made me more mad. When I was in high school, I had a coach that was in indoor track, and he was like positive reinforcement central even when you were doing shit, and nothing would make me more frustrated than knowing that I was having a bad day, and he would be, you know, like, oh, it's okay, like you're giving it your best shot, you're doing great. And I wanted to look at him and be like, I'm going to punch you in the throat if you don't realistically tell me I'm doing bad. Right. Because I understand I'm giving it my best shot. Like I'm really doing everything I can right now, but I'm also sucking. Right. And it would piss me off. I would almost do worse because it just made me mad about the way that he was trying to encourage me so much. And like having that positive reinforcement is good every once in a while. You're like, yeah, like you got it. Nice job. And then you're like, all right, pick up your fucking feet. And I'm like, okay, I got it. You know,
it's good when you deserve the positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like, is the positive reinforcement backed by anything actually real? Or is it just this like compliment that blows in the wind?
Right.
Which to me is really absolutely useless. Yeah. So I'm not going to compliment you if I don't actually mean my compliment.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that race was actually really good too because Barry was coming off of an injury. Barry is the guy that teaches the Flow CR crew with me. So he was coming off of an injury, and it was his best race. It was his first clean super race. So that's a clean race means hitting the race with no obstacle penalties. So it was his first clean super. Didn't have the best sprint, but I just think that that's because he was coming off of a high from the super and he was coming off of an injury. So he really gave it everything that he had. And like the way that he's been training, he's more into the 10K vibe right now instead of a 5K. So he did really good there. And Mac had a clean race too. He did. I looked it up. I sent you the information on that, right? So we were a little confused because Mac actually attempted his rope twice. And there's a couple obstacles that are multi-attempts, but like I think the rope is the one that's kind of in the gray area. But it is that you can attempt it more than once, give or take. But it's like you can't stand there for 75 years or else you're really screw yourself. So, you know. So he ended up doing it. He tried once and moved to a different rope. And we didn't know if he would get a penalty for it, but he didn't. And then he looked up in the rule book, so he had a clean race.
This is my thing, though. This is what Spartan needs to get together is like, this sport OCR is never going to be serious if they can't make a legitimate rule book with legitimate referees watching, with like legitimate athletes being held accountable. Like that's
it. They have the rule book and all, but like holding people accountable is the hard part. Like that's the hard part.
It's just, and there's still too much of a blend between open and age group. Like there are a lot of people that are in age group that should be in open, and there are a lot of people that in open that should be in age group. Where like I probably should have competed in age group, maybe not my first time, but like I probably, if I do another race, I shouldn't compete open. I need to compete age group because it's just different. Yeah.
I was having the conversation with the guy from Obstacle Course Media, Matt, and I said to him, I was like, there needs to be like a semi-elite group. There needs to be the elites, and then there needs to be like the semi-pro team, and then there needs to be the age group, and then the open, because there's like people that want to compete, people that want competitive nature without actually competing for top spots because they don't want to be in the open, right? Because the open's more like, let people help you over the walls. You're still holding yourself accountable to run a really good race, but you can get help if you need it. You can walk if you need it. You're not held accountable to any penalties. You can try the obstacles as many times as you want. That's the open vibe. The age group vibe right now is the competitive wave, but there are people there that want that type of motivation to run with other people that are in that competitive headspace, right? But they don't actually want to compete. So like when you go out the gate, you can tell like that in the first mile who's actually going to be in the top however many people and who's really not in there to actually like compete. Right. And I feel like that split needs to be two separate things. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Even if there's like make the elites and the semi-elites the ones that have to do 30 burpees across the board. But the other age groups do penalty loops, and then the opens can do whatever the fuck they want.
They still have to get the accountability factor together first. That has to be handled now. Yeah. Because again, like there's been issues with people getting money. There's been issues with the accountability. It's like if you want it to be something fun that people just fuck off and do, like an open, do it. I don't care. Make it a cool, fun thing that people just sign up for and do. But you have people, like, I know that the structure of especially Spartan OCR is we want to have athletes and affiliates, and we want to have people that can make money off of this. And it's like, if you want to do it, you need to take it more serious.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So
I agree. And like
let's go, Joe Decina. I'm gonna talk to you.
I know. I agree. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those really hard things. A lot of people that work for them are obviously volunteers. Like we see the same workers everywhere that we go because they're all like in different sections. So we run all of the East Coast races. So we see almost all of the same people all the time, like the officials, I guess you would say. But also the people that are the volunteers are the ones that really have to, even though they're volunteering, they have to be held to some sort of a standard to actually like get people in check.
Yeah.
Because it does suck. Like, I mean, they tell you you're on your own. Like when you go into a burpee pit, they take your bib, they show your bib number. I mean, if you don't do your burpees right, you're going to get fucking docked. But the gray area comes where like if the person that's standing there, the official says if it's good or not, right? Like, are they going to tell you, hey, like one time, what was it in Montana? I got knocked on the beater because I touched the side of the rig. And I didn't know you could do that. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, you touched the side of the rig and then you jumped off. You can't get back up. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I wasn't even able to attempt it. Whereas like sometimes I can go up and touch the side of the rig and grab onto it and then I can grab the beater bar. It's like, which one is it? You know what I'm saying? Does it depend on which official you see? You know, so like stuff like that is like the gray area that is kind of like, you know, whatever.
Spartan is still in its youth, though. It'll figure it out, or it won't. You know, one or the other.
But it was good. Then we went out to Nashville, and we had a ton of fun. And that's why we're a little behind now, because we're trying to get back to work.
We're not going to talk about going out in Nashville.
No, it was a great time, though. It was really fun to go out with our whole crew. And then we came home, tried to get our shit together. And then today we had a Deca, which is always a really long morning, but super, super rewarding morning. Super.
And now we're going to
Holy shit.
gyms.
You know what I just realized?
What?
What episode is this?
This is episode 14.
This is episode 14. So we've been doing this so long now that
we've had a couple decas.
We've had a Deca. This is our second Deca in pod. Wow. 14. 1, 2, 3. So that's a couple months.
Tracy,
wow.
We have lost 25% of our viewership right now.
Wow.
We are talking way too much about Spartan and Deca. We have to move on.
Sorry. We're moving on.
All of the non-Deca and Spartan people are like, and
holy shit. Oh my God.
Can we put up timestamps for this one?
Yeah.
Okay,
fine.
we'll put up timestamps.
That's crazy that I just realized that.
We've 14 weeks. What is that? Almost 4 months.
Holy shit. Welcome to almost 5 months of BarTalk. What the fuck?
Almost 4 months.
4 months of BarTalk. What the fuck? Oh my God. I don't know. That just gave me like weird chills. Like I can't believe we've been doing this for that long. That's weird. Okay. Moving on. Anyway. We had a Deca this morning. It was super sick. We had like 60 people compete. Super fun. Let's move on. Let's go to the list of stuff. We're not going to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Because we're not
Tracy's like, I feel pressure now.
Yeah. All right. Do you want me to?
We're going to continue to a new segment because we didn't segue well at all. We're going to rate gyms. Just your average Joe gym that you'd see in any city. Oh yeah, Tracy brought her red velvet cake too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some. Don't judge me. This is your like, let's say you go away. You're on vacation. You have to pick a gym. Which one do you go to?
I'm going to an Equinox. Are you kidding? Actually, no, I'm probably
I've never been to an Equinox before.
I don't want to go to an Equinox. Dude, like, there's some crazy stuff included in that membership, bro.
An Equinox membership?
Yeah.
What is it? Wait, I have to look it up.
Bro, they give you head.
What? What?
No, but you do. You get, like, I think massage. You get, like, hot towel. Like, it's very bougie. It's a very bougie membership.
Equinox gym.
I'm
getting a car.
This is such a mess. So we're going to look at gyms that if you went into any fairly large city, you'd probably see one, if not all, of these gyms. And we're going to rate them based off of atmosphere, equipment, and then like cleanliness / wow factor, just the physical nature of the gym itself.
Do you want me to list the gyms that I wrote down so that way they know which ones we're going to hit first?
Let's just go one at a time and we'll go through it. We don't need to tell them the list first.
Okay. I'm going to look them up. I'm going to look them up on my phone. And if you're watching the video version of this podcast, I'm going to put up the picture that I'm looking at on Google. But if you're listening to the audio, you're fucked. I'm sorry. We'll just explain it.
Well, you might have been to these gyms. They might be okay. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So the first gym that we have is Planet Fitness.
Yo. Tracy got lunk alarmed up in there.
I'm pretty sure my brother got kicked out of a Planet Fitness. My brother got kicked out of the Planet Fitness in Egg Harbor Township. He got banned because he got lunk alarmed.
You got lunk alarmed?
Yeah, I got lunk alarmed because I had a tank top on.
Wait, I thought it was because you had a sports bra on.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I had a sports bra. It was like one of those really, the sports bra that I have that's like a midi and it just shows your belly button. And they told me I was being too risque. And I was confused because I thought that Planet Fitness was for everyone. But I guess not.
So
they accept everyone, but they lunk alarm you if you are not wearing the right thing.
Planet Fitness for Atmosphere gets a 2.
We're doing this 1 out of 10, by the way. Atmosphere gets a 2.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Because it's like a bunch of like.
Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
A bunch of fucking out of shape people or people that don't actually give a shit about. To me, it's like, okay, if it's the only thing that's available to you and that's where you go to, power to you. You're doing what you have to do to stay in shape, okay?
But like for any of these gyms.
If you have like a Gold's and then you have a Planet Fitness, it's like, I'm not going to Planet Fitness, bro. That you don't, there's not even a barbell there.
No, Planet Fitness's whole thing.
You cannot deadlift. You're legitimately not allowed to deadlift in the gym. Which is just
they're all about because they have this like weird trainer rule. They only have like a 2 trainer per facility rule. Like with the lack of the people that they have in their gym, they don't have any free weights besides dumbbells.
And this is my thing.
So everything that they have is assisted.
If the entire structure of Planet Fitness is they want to get people that are lazy, that aren't going to come to the gym to pay $10 a month, and then they just continue paying $10 a month, but nobody really shows up. If that's your business model as a gym, your atmosphere sucks.
Yeah.
You suck. Like, you suck. The whole point of a gym is to be making people, I guess the whole point of their gym is to make money. Mm-hmm. The whole point of a gym should be to bring people to it so that they want to work out. Mm-hmm. So the atmosphere is a 2. The actual look of it, a 2. It's so the ugly colors, a 1, a 0.
Was it look like Barney?
Purple Barney.
Yep.
It's purple
Barney
and
vibes.
green. It's terrible. It's so ugly. And then the equipment, a 0. You have no barbells.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my thing with the equipment. Here's my only reason why I would give them higher than a 2 on their equipment. Okay. This is the only reason. Even they have they suck. They have no free weights or anything that you can actually use. And they also have this really weird space called like this 5-minute ab rotation, which I don't think anybody actually uses for 5-minute abs, but it's basically you go into this room and you do like each one for 1 minute. It's like an imam room and they call it 5-minute abs. Okay, whatever. They have equipment, but they always have a lot of conditioning machines. Every Planet Fitness that I've ever been in has a shit ton of treadmills. They have at least 10 stair mills. And if you've worked in a gym or you've been to a gym, you know that the treadmill and the stair mills is everybody's bitch. So I would have to give them maybe like a 5 at minimum because of that. Like if you look at any picture of a Planet Fitness, the amount of conditioning equipment that they have is pretty intense. They arguably have more conditioning equipment than anything else. Yeah. So I would give them more than a 2.
0.
But overall, a 3.
0.
Overall, a 3.
Moving on.
All right, let's move on. We're going into your next gym called Anytime Fitness.
Anytime Fitness, I get constantly confused with 24-hour. I think it depends on the location. Like, our Anytime Fitnesses are terrible.
You know what Anytime Fitness reminds me of?
It reminds me
of Richard Simmons.
It reminds me of Dollar General.
Yeah. It reminds me of It reminds me of a Richard Simmons going into a Dollar General to teach a workout class. I think that's the vibes that I get.
I think atmosphere.
Wow, that was so on point.
The atmosphere.
I'm sorry.
The atmosphere is
okay.
Shag carpet vibes, Dollar General vibes. Mm-hmm. Just the atmosphere makes me physically depressed when I walk in. The atmosphere makes me think maybe I'll take a dumbbell and maybe I'll drop it on my skull. And so I think that Anytime Fitness, the atmosphere is a 1. I don't even know if they play music in there. Do they even? I feel like it's one of those places that's dead freaking quiet unless the one trainer that shows up during the day decides to like put on music, like the one person that sits at the front.
Like hotel gym vibes.
Dude, it's like
that's what I get. It's like Anytime Fitness, I would say even Anytime Fitness and 24-hour fitness.
No,
both
24
give me
hours. I feel like
they
24
kind of
hours
give me
better.
Oh, well, okay.
But we'll move
Anytime
on.
Fitness especially gives me hotel gym vibes. Like the very quiet, quaint, carpet-esque Richard Simmons type of vibe. So I would have to give them like on literally atmosphere and overall wow factor a 4. I would give them a 4.
If I take atmosphere, equipment, and physical, like wow factor, a 2.
All right, I'm gonna be a little bit nicer. I'm gonna give them a 4.
A 2. Dude, I literally get physically. I'd rather go to Planet Fitness, I think. I'll give Planet Fitness a 3.
over it.
At least
I would rather go to a Planet Fitness too. So maybe you
least-
should give Planet Fitness a little bit more than a 2.
I'll give them a 3.
Okay. All right, you ready for the next one?
24 hours the next?
Well, yeah, I guess we could do 24-hour. That was later on my
24-hour
list, but we could do it because I think it's comparable to Anytime.
No, it's not. 24-hour and Crunch Fitness are the same thing. We could literally do 24-hour and Crunch Fitness and just make them one. Crunch is just slightly more corny. And their colors are just a little bit more whack. That's it.
Yeah.
I think that 24-hour is okay. It's definitely better than a Planet Fitness. It's better than an Anytime Fitness. It's probably right there with like a Youfit.
Yeah.
Kind of in there. Yeah, kind of up in there with Youfit. Maybe even a little bit better because I feel like 24 hours is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but I feel like 24 hours, like let's say overall wow factor compared to like a Youfit is very bland. They're the older schooler version of it.
Compared to what?
Like let's compared to Youfit. Like I feel like their equipment's the same, but Youfit's more of like the modern vibe. The 24-hour vibe is like the business people. Like they just are trying to go into an open gym to work out.
Like,
it's
that's
like
where
that quaint
that's
vibe.
where our dads go to train.
Yes.
You know, that's where like I am an engineer and I don't get laid. So I'm going to go to
So you end up at a 24-hour fitness.
I'm going to go to 24-hour fitness and wear my cutoff tee, even though I should not be wearing a cutoff tee because I'm 56 years old.
But you know what?
I'm going to do hammer curls and check out women.
Right. But you know what? The dads are going strong because it's a 24-hour gym. They're fucking making it happen.
I do like their equipment is better. I'd give their equipment like a solid 6. Like they got the staples. It's nothing nice or crazy.
24 hours normally have a lot of platforms, right?
Yeah, they have a lot of platforms. They've got like the turf. They've got the functional training equipment. But then they also have all the machines. They have free weights. They have barbells. So I would give it like a 6.5, 7.
Yeah, I would give it like a 6.5, 7.
Now atmosphere's bland, but it's
atmosphere is
okay.
bland, but I think it pays off just for it being a well-rounded facility.
Right. So
like
again,
it's clean. They're always clean. They're always like quaint to go into. You know, you can get your shit done, but like, it's not gonna you're not gonna walk in and be like, wow.
It still gives me a little bit of that depressing vibe that Anytime would give me. Mm-hmm. So I think I'd give it a 6.
Okay,
overall.
solid 6. All right, let's do the next one, which this one we kind of just talked about, but we have to do this one by itself because it's definitely 100% different. Crunch Fitness.
Crunch Fitness is where people with lip injections train.
Yeah, Crunch Fitness is where all of the baddies go to take selfies.
Crunch Fitness.
That is my impression of Crunch Fitness.
Crunch Fitness is like that 30K to 100K Insta following place.
Or the wannabe fitfluencers.
The trainers are like definitely fucking their clients.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, a bunch of college kids up in here. Definitely no adults. I mean, like, if you were a mother or a father at Crunch Fitness, I would highly suggest leaving. Because I just feel like that's not the place for you. Please go to the 24-hour fitness. Please go back.
There are some hot engineers waiting for you.
Yeah.
I think
there are very successful people waiting to talk to you at the 24-hour fitness.
We're hella stereotyping, by the way, so everyone chill before you freak out. But yeah, I think that Crunch Fitness is just one of those places where it's like all of the equipment it's like Crunch Fitness is the ultimate catfish of gyms. Like, it looks good when you go in, and then you start using their equipment, and you're like, all of this fucking sucks.
Dude, that was like, bing! I don't know what the fuck to call that. That was so good. It's the catfish of gyms.
I think that I've gone and trained in a Crunch Fitness a couple times when I visit my sister.
Yeah.
And I walk in and I was like, this is hopeful. I see a turf. I see some machines. I see some barbells. I see some Smiths. I will make this work. This will be okay. And as I'm pulling up, it's just like the plates suck, the fucking platforms suck. You start walking in, you start using the machines. I'm going down on the leg press and it stops like at half rep. And that's the lowest the bumper goes to. I'm like sitting there, so I'm doing like weird quarter leg presses. Everything, none of the strength curves are good on any of the machines, so everything hurts my joints. Like, I'm like, how am I using a machine and I'm getting hurt worse? Like, this is the job for free weights.
Yeah, they bought the cool things off the catalog to match their color scheme. One time I was in a Crunch Fitness and I was using a tire, and the tire was like a rubber blow-up tire. Like, I was flipping a tire. And I remember it being like this weird rubbery, like, just like it wasn't an actual tire. And I remember just being like, well, this is fucking weird.
Right.
Like, I feel like I should be flipping a tire, not a piece of rubber called a tire. You know what I'm trying to say? It looked like a blow-up balloon. And you're flipping it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what they're actually called.
Crunch Fitness.
Considering that sounded really stupid considering tire is rubber. But you know what I mean? It wasn't like a legitimate tire. It was like a blow-up looking tire.
And it's just the weirdest. It's the weirdest atmosphere because it's the weirdest people. That's where pro fighters that haven't made it go to shadow box. Yeah. That's where people who's like their whole identity is just watching the UFC go to work out. Like, that's Crunch Fitness. So I give it atmosphere and equipment and overall wow factor probably a 5. I would put 24-hour above Crunch. I'd rather go to 24-hour than a Crunch.
I would too. And you know the other thing about Crunch Fitness that really just like ticks me off, and this is just the designer in me. When I was a kid and I had braces, I would always mix match my braces, and the two colors that I loved mix matching together was orange and blue.
Ew.
So for some reason, when I look at Crunch Fitness, I'm like, I feel like I'm 10 years old.
Right.
Walking into a gym. Like, that is the orange and blue vibe is the most unmotivating, like, I'm 8 years old with braces vibe.
It's just
like,
not
so
good.
I'm like, oh man, I'm just not a
And
not
they
a
have
fan.
their drop-in fee, their day pass was like something absurd, like $25. And I was like, y'all really think you're fucking cool out here.
Yeah. The only thing that I will say about Crunch, though, if you're traveling and you're looking for a gym, is that even though their drop-in fee is pretty ridiculous, they do have a very wide, like, class range in Crunch, which is not expensive. Like, our classes in our Elevate program, which is a strength and conditioning and O2 program, like with our personal trainers, is more expensive than Crunches, and Crunches you get more.
But why? But you wonder why.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, if somebody was traveling and they're like, oh, what gym do I use? Like, if you are a class person out of this list so far, I would go to fucking Crunch.
You get a...
I would.
Okay, they have saunas. I don't know. I feel like people are fucking in them maybe, but at least I'll give them this. They have a sauna, so you can go in the sauna.
Right.
That's really it. That's all. Like, they also, why does Crunch Fitness, they have like a staircase. They have this big ass staircase that they'll put in the middle of the floor that just goes up and down. Like, so people can run stairs in the Crunch Fitness. Like,
what was the reason?
Dude, I'm like walking in and I'm like, why is there just, like, it's this high ass Tower of Pisa looking ass staircase just in the middle, and you'll watch people, seriously, like, they'll run up and they'll run down, and I'm like, dude, you don't understand how dumb this looks right now. Like, the shadow boxers look cooler than you right now.
Like, just go to the track and just go run bleachers or something. Right. Like, why are you doing that in the gym?
That's free.
I don't know. I would say, okay, so overall crunch factor, overall crunchiness is a 5.
A 5.
Is a 5. Bam, 5. Okay, so here's the thing. I've never been to an Equinox before.
Oh, look
so
up
I'm going to
photos.
have to look it up.
Equinox is the happy ending of all gyms.
All right, so I'm seeing a pool. I'm seeing a track.
Equinox it's very expensive. They're known for their high-end, like, bougie services. And I don't even think it has anything to do with the equipment and everything to do with, like, the luxuries that come with the gym. So, like, when I say you go in and it's like you don't have paper towels in the bathroom, you have the cloth towels. Like, they're all warm. You can I think they have free massages. You can go use their pool. They have, like, sauna. They just have all these extra features.
This is a dream. This is a dream.
Yeah, but when you look at their equipment, it's, like, only okay.
Yeah, I mean they actually literally only have the basic shit,
but they
have the life fitness. They have the life fitness treadmills, which I'm not a fan of.
But their atmosphere is cool. The lighting is cool. It looks very nice. It looks very clean.
Yeah.
So I would say the atmosphere, I give it like a nice 8. Even the wow factor, I'd give it like an 8 or a 9, just because you walk in and you're like, oh, you feel like you're going into
luxury,
like a resort gym.
It looks to me like in this picture that I'm seeing, like everything is just super spaced out. It's not super cluttered, but there's a lot of equipment. And it's like white, black, and gold is the vibe.
Yeah, but I don't like...
So elegant.
See, the only thing about the atmosphere that I don't like is it doesn't make me want to work out. It's like, it gives me the resort gym vibe where it's like, it makes me want to go pay for a massage.
Yeah.
It makes me want to, like, go relax. It doesn't make me want to, like, slam some weights around.
Yeah, it does. And for as nice as it looks, like, I'm literally looking at the equipment right here, like this. Oh, actually, that's a concept rower. Okay, never mind. I'm really not a fan of the Life Fitness, this, like, really old school Life Fitness treadmills that even we had at Momentum. Maybe this is just one of the Equinoxes that I'm looking at right here.
The equipment's just not great. It's just, it's standard. Like meh. It's very standard equipment.
Mm-hmm. Very standard.
The machines are only okay. The cardio equipment's only okay. The dumbbells, I don't think they even go that heavy. I think they go to 80s maybe.
I'm looking at a thing of dumbbells right now, and I only see 60s.
See, that's just
I only see 60s.
We don't.
But the picture that I'm looking at with okay, so I see exactly what you're saying. So the picture that I'm looking at to describe it to you has 5 black and white benches. It has a dumbbell rack up to 60s. It has a marble pillar in the center of the room. It has open face windows around all 4 sides. So like, what the fuck are you looking at? Just the sky. You're not even looking at yourself. There's no mirror. It's just all windows. So it's very bougie-esque. I feel like you're on a cruise ship.
Right. Yeah. It's like resort.
Right.
Gym,
resorty cruise ship vibes.
So it just doesn't make me want to work out. It's one of those things where I would go in and I'd be like, wow, this is crazy. Let's go, like, do a fire walk and, like, get a massage. Like, this it makes me want to go do weird resort shit amenities.
So, like, for overall wow factor, I would say the equipment is at least, like,
the equipment's like a 3.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the equipment is not great. I would say what gives it like a 6 or a 7 is just the genuine atmosphere, wow factor, cleanliness.
Yeah,
all
it looks
the
very,
services.
very clean. I would give it like a 7.5.
Because I think in their services, they offer massage. Like, I think that's included.
I wonder how much a membership is. Do you know how much it is?
I'm pretty sure it's a couple $100 a month.
What? No way.
Yeah. I'm
looking it up right now. Equinox
Group
gym membership
classes,
cost.
You have different benefits.
Holy shit. It says Equinox is a synonym for luxury. Monthly membership fees starting from $160 going as high as $500.
See, I told you.
Equinox is also one of the most expensive gyms around. Well, no shit. They give happy endings, basically. So there you go.
That's what I told you.
I mean, like, yeah.
They have everything. They have a spa. That's what it is. See, they have a stretch and recovery, and they have meditation and, like, yoga, and they have a spa. And you can get that in your membership. You can get a spa included in the membership.
Wow. So this is, like, bougie level. See, this is the type of place where, like, I definitely know I don't belong. Because
I would just use the spa every day. Are you kidding? I wouldn't work out.
I would just rather go get a massage from anywhere else. And not even use a gym membership. Like, what are you using the gym membership for?
I wouldn't want to work out. I'd walk in and I'd say, yeah, fuck this, and I'd go get a massage.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I would give it overall a 7. If they had better equipment, and maybe it just looked a little bit more grungy and badass and maybe want to work out, then it would be like a 9.
I give it a 7.
But I give it a 7. Yeah.
Moving on.
Give it a 7. All right. We touched on this one a little bit, but we didn't get into the weeds with it. This one is a Youfit. Youfit, baby.
Youfit is so...
What do we think?
It has the ugly colors of Planet Fitness.
I don't understand.
Wait, is Planet Fitness purple and green?
Yes. And then Youfit is green and purple. Planet Fitness is
I thought
purple.
Youfit was yellow and purple.
No. Retro Fitness, which is also on this list, is yellow and red.
No, but there's one that's yellow and purple.
Yellow and purple. No.
I think that's Planet Fitness. I think Youfit is purple and green.
No.
Whatever.
No, it's
so
not.
they're like purple and some other ugly colors.
They're
so
both-
Youfit and Planet Fitness are both on the ugly color chart for when it comes to atmosphere, like wow factor. They're ugly. The color scheme is ugly.
They both are purple, but Youfit is more green and Planet Fitness is more purple.
Doesn't matter. Ugly
Planet
as
Fitness
shit.
is purple and yellow. Didn't we just
That's
go
what
over
I
this?
just said that. No, Tracy.
Didn't we just go over this?
I love you. That's what I just said. No, we said Planet Fitness was purple and green. Planet Fitness is purple and yellow. We messed that up. It's not Barney.
Flip around. Planet Fitness is purple and yellow.
That's what
Youfit is purple, is green and purple.
you guys don't understand what I have to deal with.
All right, we're still on the Barney train. I don't understand what happens when these like big corporations get together and they're like, do we
Purple.
want to make a gym for everybody to come to? Yes. Do we want to make a gym with a lot of cardio equipment? Yes. Do we want to make a badass gym? Absolutely not. Let's make it look like a fucking fun house for 5-year-olds.
Well,
Wah. Come on. Why?
So yeah, we both agree that the Youfit, the color scheme, and the wow factor is just a 3, like a 3.
Youfit is where you fit in.
Okay,
That's their thing.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
I can't fit in anything. I'm getting freaking chunky.
Oh my god, stop it.
I'm 167 pounds.
Let's see.
I'm just kidding.
Every single time we talk about our weight, we're just gonna keep adding weight.
I am 183 pounds minimum.
Okay, Youfit, I will say, from the one that I went in, Youfit's on North Monroe here in Tallahassee. I've been to that one, and that one versus our Planet Fitness as far as cardio equipment, they definitely don't have as much. And from the pictures that I'm looking at, it doesn't look like it's crazy.
Youfit's equipment is bar none better than Planet Fitness, though.
I mean,
yes,
it's all
they have
Cybex
barbells.
equipment.
They have a functional training space. Mm-hmm. They have decent they have some machines. They have cardio equipment.
Yeah,
Youfit is okay. Youfit's all around. Youfit is like, if I must. Youfit's like the chick that you fuck at the end of the night. You know,
Facts.
like when Equinox doesn't want you, when LA Fitness doesn't want you, when Gold's Gym doesn't want you, you have Youfit.
You hit it up. Yeah, they do. They have a full like open, I don't know, what do you call that? Like their open gym area, like you said, has like a
functional
whole
training
thing
space
of benches and squat racks.
Oh, their free weights area?
Yeah, they have a full free weights area, it looks like.
Yeah, it's decent. It's like not bad. The atmosphere is okay. The atmosphere is college kids. Like that's the atmosphere. The atmosphere gives me like parents that don't give a shit about working out, that just need a gym membership. People who travel a lot, who just are dropping in and need a gym membership, and then college kids. Mm-hmm. Like that's the atmosphere. It kind of, I mean, it's like a 4 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10. It's only okay. It's pretty clean, so that's good. And it has enough to get you a decent workout in when you need one.
But it's not like too crazy.
I wouldn't.
I would do a Youfit or a Planet Fitness any day.
Oh yeah, you can wear a sports bra in Youfit.
Yeah,
you can deadlift in Youfit.
Yeah,
not like I even want to deadlift, but like if you tell me I can't deadlift, I want to deadlift now.
Yeah, for real.
So,
but 100%, if Youfit got rid of the stupid fucking purple like cable cross machine, I mean, like it would make them a 6.
Really, just the cable cross?
No, but that's what you know. What I'm saying.
Oh,
like, come on, like you would get more points if you just didn't have like. I don't want to be sitting on a machine blinded by the equipment that I'm using.
The ultimate gym color, everyone's been finding out for badassery is red and black, with like the dark lighting.
Yeah. Well, because red is just like a power color. When you see red, you think of like
you think blood,
power.
You think
power, fire, blood. Like that's your
uterus.
Sure. Yes. Power. Yes. Uterus power. Yeah.
I'm thinking more of like period cycle.
Power. Yeah.
Feminism. Bleeding out.
So Youfit gets a what are we finaling Youfit at?
A 5.
5. Okay, we'll give Youfit a 5.
A 5.
All right, we're moving on to Gold's Gym.
Isn't Gold's Gym
kind of like going in the shitter though?
Gold's Gym is for pedophilic bodybuilders. Gold's Gym is for syringes. Gold's Gym
is for Gold. This is what I think of when I think of
Gold's Gym is for people that eat their chicken and rice between sets.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say Gold's Gym. When I think of it, I think of like our parents who think that they know what bodybuilding is, bringing in their food and their supplements and their steroids into the gym to take mid-set.
Gold's Gym.
That's what I think of.
Gold's Gym is gay butt sex. Gold's Gym is not cleaning anything after yourself. Gold's Gym,
you lift things up and you put them down. That's Gold's Gym.
Gold's Gym.
That is it. You lift things up and you put them down. Cleanliness factor, not so much.
Gold's
Equipment factor.
Gold's Gym is managers doing cocaine in the back room. Gold's Gym is personal trainers fucking each other in between their clients.
I'm going to finish this
and then fucking their clients. This is really bad because Momentum Fitness used to be a Gold's Gym.
See, here's the problem with Gold's Gym.
Gold's Gym.
Some are really good and some are really bad.
Gold's Gym is always an interesting time. I loved Gold's Gym.
I went to a Gold's Gym in North Carolina when I used to live there, and it was a great fucking gym. It was a really good time. But isn't Gold's Gym kind of folding though?
Yeah,
there's no more left in Tallahassee. Yeah, there was like 5 at one point.
They're not doing so good. Honestly, Gold's Gym is really not that bad. I'm kind of trolling. Gold's Gym is cool. I think that they have like it's a more of a grungy vibe. I like the workout. I like the atmosphere a lot better. I think it's people who are actually at least trying to work out hard, even if they're not, like even if they don't know what they're doing. The atmosphere is let's work hard and lift weights.
Yeah.
Which I like. I think that the equipment is like okay. I think it's overall okay. Yeah. I'd give the equipment like a 5 out of 10. Like, or no, I'd give it higher. I'd give it
higher than that.
I'd give it like a 7.5.
I would give higher than that.
I'd give it a 7.5. It's like usually it's a little bit run down, but it's way better. Like the equipment and the machines and the free weights. The free weights go higher. The machines are a little bit better.
Every Gold's Gym I've gone to only has or doesn't have bumper plates. It's all like metal plates, and that shit for some reason in my brain is heavier than a bumper plate.
It just has to be.
It has to be. Like if you give me a 45-pound bumper plate and you give me a 45-pound metal weight, 100% the metal plate has to be at least 55 pounds.
It weighs more.
It has to weigh more.
It weighs more.
And that's the only thing I don't like about Gold's Gym.
Yeah, so
I actually like I like the vibe of even if people don't really know what they're doing. Like I made the joke about our parents not really knowing what they're doing and working out. I mean, it's so true. Like both my parents are bodybuilders. The things that they do and the way they go about their workouts is really not the proper way, but they didn't know any better and they've been doing it for years. So they're not going to change shit. And that's fine. Like let them do them. Mm-hmm. However, the vibe that they have over the vibe that I feel like more modern or like our age is in a gym is so different, and I would rather work out at a place like Gold's because it's people that want to fucking work out. Like they don't give a shit. Like they'll chat and they'll work out. They won't chat and selfie and like chat and video. It's like they chit-chat and they fucking work out really hard and they're busting a sweat. They don't care. Like that's my vibe.
Gold's Gym, I give a solid. It's not clean and it's nothing crazy wow about it, but I'd give it like a solid 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it
That's what I was going to say.
I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Solid like 7.5, 8 for sure. Yeah. All right, we're getting down the list. We only have 2 left.
Oh, Jesus. What's next?
There was 10 of them. These were the 10 most common that like if you go to any city, they're going to fucking have. All right, we have Retro Fitness. Now
I don't
this
know
one,
what that is.
yeah, okay,
I've never heard of Retro Fitness in my life.
yeah, man, Retro Fitness, fucking crazy.
Why are you yelling?
I don't know. I'm really into this
Like,
cake
look
right
at
now.
your sound.
Sorry, they can probably hear me. It's like ASMR sitting over here.
No, Retro Fitness.
We said red was a good color.
Yo,
this
I'm
is
just gonna
not a good color.
That's fries right there. That's fries.
It's
That's
like
burgers.
McDonald's Central.
One eternity later.
Okay, sorry for the little
Single-handedly-
intermission.
The ugliest gym I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, yeah, we're back on
This
retro.
is
The
worse
red
than
and
Planet
yellow
Fitness.
gym.
This is worse than Planet Fitness.
I would give retro a solid 1.
Everything.
Everything about it sucks.
Equipment, trash. The
Smallest range of free weights that I've ever seen in any gym, anytime I've ever been to one.
go to 30s.
Yeah, like smallest range I've ever seen. Barely any fucking dumbbells. Any retro that I've ever been in has about two platforms that you can use, like incline bench. And you can use it to sit, bench, incline. There's 2 of them. That's it. Smith machines, cool. Like, there's nothing cool about it, but retros are everywhere.
And the color scheme, like,
Yeah. I actually, there was a Retro Fitness across the street from this tanning salon that I used to use when I was in New Jersey. GTL bitches.
you are so
And I used to tan, and then I would go work out, and I literally quit my membership because it was like this 2-level situation, and on the top level was all of the cardio equipment, and I would be running on the treadmill wanting to gouge my eyes out because all you're looking at is bright yellow walls, and it would give me the worst headache. And I was like, why in the fuck would somebody think it's a good idea to make this gym yellow and bright red? And so I quit, and that's that. So I give it a solid 2 for everything. Equipment, atmosphere. It's a very clean gym. I will say that. Every retro I've been in is very clean. However, I don't give a shit about the cleanliness when I literally can't even step foot in there without getting a headache.
We'll give it a 2 for cleanliness.
Yeah, we'll give it a 2 for cleanliness. Okay, the last one before we rate these bitches on a scale from 1 to 10.
We already rated them.
No. I thought you wanted to do them like if you were to go and visit any of them, like from the best to worst.
Okay.
Is LA Fitness.
LA Fitness.
LA
LA Fitness gives me Crunch Fitness vibes, but a little bit nicer.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, they're just a little bit more entitled than Crunch Fitness.
I feel like LA Fitness is like the Wish version of Equinox. Almost.
What?
Isn't it? Like the way Equinox seems to be is like they have everything. They have a pool. They have a, like the sauna getup. They have literally everything, but they're also bougie. I feel like LA Fitness tries to be bougie, but it's like the Wish version of Equinox.
Oh, like the Walmart brand.
Yeah, like
Equinox.
the Walmart brand of Equinox.
The Wish?
You've never heard of that?
I know what Wish is, but like, anyways.
You've never heard of somebody saying it's like the
LA
Wish version?
LA Fitness is just...
Get cultured, Abigail. Just kidding.
LA Fitness is just ugly. Like, they have the stuff you need, and it's large, and yeah, I guess it is. It's kind of like wannabe Equinox. Like, they want to have all the amenities, but the pool looks like everyone pisses in it.
Yeah, it's a public pool. I mean, what do you expect?
It doesn't look like the Equinox pool, though. The Equinox pool looks like that shit's filtered every 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. So it's a Walmart version of Equinox.
So I
guess it's okay. It's expensive, isn't it?
LA Fitness?
LA Fitness?
I don't think so. I thought LA Fitness was like $50 a month.
No. Definitely more than that.
It's more?
It's gotta be. Premier Fitness is like
50?
More than $50 a month.
Premier's $50.
Yeah, and Premier is $50. So if Premier is $50, and LA Fitness definitely has to be more than that.
Okay, well, LA Fitness is all right. I give it for the fact that it has a lot of options. It has everything you need, and it's spacey.
Yeah, I would say LA Fitness is definitely always spacious.
Just
like when you
atmosphere
go into an
sucks.
LA Fitness, I don't feel like all the equipment is cluttered on top of me.
Right.
You know, where you get in like most gyms that you walk into, like the Planet or the Youfit, I feel like they have I don't know, so much square footage and they try to get in every single inch filled with equipment. LA Fitness is not like that. They like allow it to be a little bit spaced out, which I appreciate.
Yeah, so LA Fitness, we can there's nothing wow about it. It's clean, it's spacey, the atmosphere is there
is no wow factor to me about LA Fitness. I just think it's a nice generic gym.
I would give it
like a 7. I would. I think they have decent equipment. They have all of the amenities if you want them. They have all the classes.
I'll give it a 7.5.
Yeah, they have all the classes if you want it. They have all the amenities. I mean, it's clean, but you walk into it and you're like, it's a gym. There's nothing like too crazy about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Okay, so that was 10 total gyms. So we're going to say the whole point of this is like, okay, so you go out, you're out in the town, you got to pick a gym. You have all these generic gyms in your pocket. Which one you pick, right? So let's go from worst to best.
Retro, worst.
Okay. Retro takes a hit for being at like in the 10th place spot.
Or anytime.
No, I would 100% put retro at the bottom. I'm going to put...
anytime at least you can work out 24 hours. So it could be 2 a.m. You could be like drunk coming back from the bar and you could still go get a workout in.
That's what I'm saying. So retro has to be at the bottom.
Retro's the bottom. The top... It depends on what vibe you're going for. The top, if you're really going for like bougie massage, Equinox. But if you're going for, I want to smash some weights around, Golds.
Yeah. I was going to say... I wouldn't put Equinox at the top. Just because it's a bougie gym and it has everything doesn't mean it's the best gym.
I don't think so.
Like, you're not going to go to Equinox and get a fucking workout in, and that's the whole point of a gym. So,
I'd go to Golds.
Yeah, I would say Golds. Yeah, I would say Golds first. Okay, so we got Golds out. Retro is out. So what's left on the list? Okay, let's see the bottom of the barrel gyms.
Tracy, I can finish this list so fast. It goes Retro, then it goes Planet, then it goes Anytime, then it goes Youfit, then it goes 24 Hour, then it goes freaking LA,
Planet?
Then it goes Golds, then it goes Equinox. We're done. Wait, no, Equinox, then Golds. Equinox, then Golds. Then we're done.
No way.
Yes way. That's it.
No way.
We're done.
You're such a liar, though, because I would put 24 Hour underneath Planet Fitness.
What?
But there's nothing about it, though.
I can work out for 24 hours.
So what?
Planet Fitness, you can't even deadlift.
I mean, yeah, but at least you can get, like, what? There is nothing in a 24-hour gym, though. Like, you just walk in and it's just a bunch of...
No, just 24 hours nicer. Remember? Anytime is the one that sucks. You guys...
We're arguing.
I've made my list.
I'm done. I'm putting.
Why are you like writing them all?
Because I want to know. Because I want to fucking know. I want to know exactly right now what's happening.
I told you the list just now.
What's your top 3? Gold is number 1 for both of us.
Gold, Equinox, LA. Done.
Really?
Yes.
Why would you put Equinox over LA?
Because LA and Equinox are the same thing. LA is just Walmart brand Equinox.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I just feel like LA is just so much more. It's so much more like tangible. Like I just like Equinox. Equinox is great. Like I give it a high rating, but also at the same time, like I'm not gonna fucking work out there.
Okay, I'm not considering like a monthly price. I'm considering just what we rated it based on.
Okay, Gold, Equinox, LA. You forgot Orange Theory, bro.
Or we didn't even talk about Orange Theory. We're not going to talk about Orange Theory.
Oh shit, we're not. Yeah, we can take that out.
Orange Theory is a fake gym.
Orange Theory is not. Sorry, guys.
Orange Theory is not a fucking gym. Orange Theory is a room with fucking TRXs and treadmills. Orange Theory is a broom closet that they made nice. Orange Theory
took it out of the list because we didn't want to.
Orange Theory is for fucking single 45-year-olds to go and fucking get laid. Orange Theory is for people who aren't trainers to say they're fucking trainers because they got certified in Orange Theory.
The only reason why I will give Orange Theory any sort of points is because they have a pretty funny TikTok page.
Orange Theory is irrelevant. Orange Theory is not on the list. Orange Theory is not on the list.
Not on the list. We just straight took it out. We were just like, no.
Dude, because then we got to talk about other shit. We got to talk about freaking pellet, like F-45. And we got to talk about...
Oh my God. If we did like a whole thing on like actual gym, class-based... See, that's a problem with Orange Theory is like, Orange Theory, first of all, is like a cult. And second of all, it's literally class-based. You don't go into Orange Theory to work out at the gym. You go into Orange Theory for classes. It's the same thing with any of the spin classes or F45 or anything like that.
Whatever.
That's a whole different thing.
Then do your group fitness in your broom closet.
Do your group fitness in your broom closet.
And have a good time. Look, I don't care. Work out however you want to work out, but Orange Theory is not a gym, and that's it.
Facts.
We're done. So
Facts.
Orange Theory is not on the list. Move on. That's making me pissed.
She's like hard triggered about this whole thing. Except we literally this morning had like 3 people for Orange Theory compete in Deca.
Great. That's great. Did they win?
No.
Thank you. So move on.
No, they didn't do very good, but they were here, so I guess we should support them.
That's great, and I'm glad that they are fitnessing. We're making the list.
All right,
done.
Stop. Golds, Equinox, LA.
Yes.
What's the next one?
I can't even remember the gyms. I've already finished my thing. Retro's at the bottom.
What about Crunch Fitness and Youfit? That's the only ones that I need.
Crunch Fitness is underneath LA.
Yeah.
Youfit is underneath Crunch Fitness.
Yeah.
Underneath Youfit is Planet Fitness.
24 hour.
No, underneath Youfit is 24 hour. Then it goes Planet Fitness. Then it goes Anytime Fitness. Actually, no. I'll put Anytime above just because Anytime is 24 hours.
Bitch, I thought you were going to be on my side.
Then Planet Fitness is the second
and
lowest.
Then Retro
and
Fitness.
Retro's at the bottom. Retro's at the bottom. We're done. The list is made. Tracy can put it on the podcast for you guys to look at and observe and critique. You guys can comment and argue with us. That's fine. Just know that whatever argument you make, Orange Theory is not a fucking gym. And it's just not.
When in doubt, pick golds.
Orange Theory.
When in doubt, just pick golds.
Orange Theory. Dude, I could make Orange Theory in my garage. I guess I could make a gym in my garage. But not like... No.
Okay, so listen, here's the deal. If you didn't listen to the last podcast, you need to go listen to it because I'm pretty sure we're going to have Abigail's mom on for part 2 about her actual business. So instead of getting in the weeds about her life and shit, we're going to talk about how she took all of that shit and made it into an actual business for part 2, right?
Yeah,
hopefully
everybody.
But you have to go listen to part 1 so that way you know where she came from and the reason why she's doing what she's doing because she's probably not going to talk about that shit anymore. So while I sit here and eat my red velvet cake.
Everybody.
We love you.
We're out. I'm triggered. I'm going to sleep. Good night.
Love you guys. See you next week.
See you next. Hello?